Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sylbourne Show, where we are joined by the High Commissioner of Jamaica, Her Excellency Aloun Ndombet-Assamba. That's all coming up on the show.
From the moment we're born and start this great adventure, we're always reaching for more. Friends, love, independence. But no matter where life takes us, there's always comfort in the place we call home. This place is financial independence. And when you get there, you'll never want to leave. Victoria Mutual, the home of financial independence.
Hello and welcome to this special version of the Sylbourne Show. And again, I'm joined by the High Commissioner of Jamaica, Her Excellency, the Honorable Aloun Ndombet-Assamba. High Commissioner, welcome again.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic. We had a very exciting week last week. So there's been some very good reviews, I must say.
Really?
Now, High Commissioner, many British Jamaicans, and I'm going to read it exactly, bemoan the bureaucracy and perceive lack of support they receive in establishing business in Jamaica and sending goods back and forth, whether operating as a business or a charity. What is the High Commission doing or has been doing to smooth this over and make it easier for people to engage and do business with the island?
Earlier on, I talked about whether people are living under a rock or not, unfortunately.
Yes.
The rules have changed, In terms of doing business with Jamaica, one has got to recognize that the country isn't run like a patty shop. And I mean no disrespect in saying that, but there are rules and regulations that have to be followed.
Yes.
And particularly as it relates to sending things back to Jamaica. Unfortunately, our people have this way of saying in the past that they're sending things to Jamaica for this charity or that charity, and then you find the things are being sold on the road. I'm just being really clear with this. Unfortunately, those unscrupulous people have made it a little difficult for the people who are straight and above board.
Or genuine. Yeah.
So what the government has done is that the government has put in a process to deal with those legitimate persons who are sending things back to Jamaica for charity.
Yes.
And there is a department that deals with charity, equivalent of the Charities Commission here.
Okay.
So that if you want to send things for a school, and there are different ways of doing it. We have had the Department of the Registrar of Cooperatives and Friendly Societies that has responsibility for the Charities Act come to the UK twice.
Yes.
To explain the process. We have had meetings here at the High Commission, we have had meetings in Birmingham, we have had meetings in Manchester, where we invite the community to come out and where it is explained that there are some new rules in place. And if you qualify as a charity, meaning you send things from here to go to Jamaica, charity, then you have to send it to an organization in Jamaica that is registered as a charity.
Yes. So you
to get the tax
to
relief.
get the tax relief.
Of course, you can send anything you want.
Yes.
Once you recognize you will pay tax if you do not send it within the process.
Right.
So that is generally. However, in recognizing that not everybody will have a charity equivalent in Jamaica.
I think you're answering my question.
To send it to.
Yes.
The government has set up something called the National Education Trust. And you can send things for schools and educational institutions to the NET, who will
filter it through.
Filter it to where you want it to go.
But there will have to be someone, the recipient, linking also
with the NET. Let me give you an example.
Yes.
More than a year ago, somebody gave us an offer of some whiteboards. I think it was 12 whiteboards. You know, the thing that you use is, it's connected, it can be connected with the internet, it can be connected with computers and so on. And they gave it to us as a gift. we have an education network here
Yes.
in the UK where we have encouraged those groups and individuals who are doing work with those kinds of institutions or groups in Jamaica to join this network.
Yes.
So we passed it on to them, and they liaise with the NET.
Yes.
And we instructed the NET, we identified a number of schools that NET would then clear those things
easily,
and the schools would go and pick it up. They took it to that place on Arnold Road.
Mm-hmm.
And the schools went there and picked them up.
Yes.
So there's a way to do
Yes.
that for educational institution.
Yes.
In relation to health, for people who are making donations to clinics and hospitals
Yes.
and so on, the Ministry of the Ministry of Health
Yes.
has set up a whole department in the Ministry of Health that deals with gifts to go to clinics, hospitals, and so on. And therefore, so if you don't have a charity in Jamaica that is registered, you do it through that.
So therefore, that is one of the ways how the government is actually working
To
in facilitate that.
And the government recognizing the valuable contribution
Of the
that
diaspora.
is made by the diaspora and has put this in place.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So in relation to setting up business, I have two minds about it.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, even in Jamaica, people complain about the bureaucracy. To do a business in Jamaica, you have to get registered either as a company, and the government has made it easier to register a company, because prior to this, you couldn't have a one-man company, but now you can.
Like a sole trader, which is
So you could be registered as a sole trader. So it's made it easier. But of course, you have to register to pay NIS, you have to register to pay income tax, you have to register to pay all the various taxes and so on.
You've got to have your TRN.
TRN number in order to do any business at all in
They say
Jamaica.
it's going to be a paper soon, isn't it?
Sorry?
They say it's going to be a paper soon.
It's going to be, you're not going to get a paper. You will get a number.
A number, right.
And you have to write it down.
Mm.
Yes. So the truth is that for any country to run, there has to be some bureaucracy in terms of being able to smooth things. Sometimes it takes a little longer than you would want it to.
So we can say then that the government is making steps in getting that forward. So what?
But the part of the problem is that people don't want to follow the steps.
Yes, yes.
They want to say, oh, but first time we could do it this way, and why we can't do it anymore.
Everybody's trying to still go around the side roads and stuff like that. Okay, so High Commissioner, this is a very controversial one. Diaspora constituency.
Oui.
That is one that it's a very hot topic in Jamaica. Jamaicans living abroad want to vote, or some don't want to vote in general election. Is this something that you support? And if so, what are you currently doing to support this cause?
You mean my personal position?
Well, put it this way. I'm throwing it out.
Well,
and,
all right. You have to understand that at the moment, I can't speak to what is the policy of the government of Jamaica. I know that this is something which is being discussed for a while, and before a decision is taken on that matter, a lot more discussion and public education will have to take place.
Do you think there needs to be a referendum on that as well? I don't think so.
No, because I'm not sure, and probably I shouldn't speak to that, because I'm not competent to speak to whether or not that would require a referendum. I can't speak to that, but I can say that it is probably a discussion that has to take place, that needs to be, the issues needs to be aired.
Yes.
My personal position is this: everybody can vote. You go home, you get enumerated. You
see,
go home and vote.
One of the things I always say, and I always say this all the while, because I'm in two minds with this.
Yes.
If my sister Claudia comes from Jamaica for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then there's a snap election, and snap election within a week or so, there should be somewhat of a facility, if anything, whereby they can go to the High Commission and just vote. That is not the persons in the diaspora, like someone.
So somebody who is visiting.
Visiting,
and
yeah.
who is already enumerated. And who is on the voters list.
Yes.
That might be something to consider.
Yes.
You know, that might be something. But there are Jamaicans who live who are abroad. An election is called, and they go back home to vote. They go back home,
yes.
There are those Jamaicans. Now, the issue I think you are immediately speaking about would be the ones who have made their life elsewhere. Now, you have to look at what happens in other countries and how their electoral system is set up.
Yes.
And consider whether that we want to make adjustments for that. Now, that is something that I don't feel that I'm able to say this is the position that I hold or that is the position that I hold, because it is something that is to be considered and to be discussed and to be debated.
Well, I'm smiling because, am I smiling? Yes, I'm smiling because after a while, when you go back to Jamaica, and one of the questions we have at the end is, what's your next plan? Hopefully, you'll be touching on a lot of these.
You mean my personal
Yeah. When you got that free reign, if anything like that.
You mean when I can speak?
When you can speak.
You know, if you're asking me what I'm going to do when I go home to Jamaica, I can tell you right now that I'm not able to say just yet.
Yes.
I'm very glad that I'm going home at this time because I think most people who know me know that my mother is not well. And
yes, I understand.
so my immediate view is that I go home and spend time with my mother, give my siblings who have been holding the fort a break, and thereafter look at what is available. The truth is I have done so many things in my life. There are many opportunities.
Yes.
And I have been approached with some opportunities.
Yes.
But I have indicated that I'm not in a position to make a decision about anything just yet.
Well, I see it as break time.
It is. I really know because I have worked 3 years straight.
Yes.
No, sorry, 4 years straight without a break. Because even when I go home to Jamaica, it's usually to do something specific.
Yes.
And even if it is on my holiday time, I end up doing work. I mean, you would never believe how many requests I've had.
I mean,
to go and speak, even in May.
And what is interesting also, we flash up on the so viewers can see that you had a stake or a crutch for a period of time.
You know, Sylbourne, if I was a person who believed in obia, I would say that they've obia'd me in this job.
In Jamaica term, obia is equivalent to voodoo. Well, persons.
Because I have had a problem with my legs ever since I got here.
Yes.
I have walked with sticks. It's just now that I'm trying not to even use one of those folding sticks. I know every elevator down every dark corridor in some places in London that you would never believe. And now when I go out and some people see me without a stick, they say, you're without the stick.
Yes.
Because I've been on, but you know, it has not stopped me. I don't think that I have ever said to anybody, I cannot come because I am ill.
Even with the kids, I see you jumping with the stick.
You see what I mean?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while we're talking about break, we'll take this short break and we'll come back to the discussion with the High Commissioner. And thank you very much. Good.
From the moment we're born and start this great adventure, we're always reaching for more. Friends, love, independence. But no matter where life takes us, there's always comfort in the place we call home. This place is financial independence. And when you get there, you'll never want to leave. Victoria Mutual, the home of financial independence.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this inspiring and educational interview with the High Commissioner of Jamaica. Welcome back, High Commissioner.
Thank you.
Good. Now, you've been High Commissioner since 2012. I think May you came here, didn't you?
I came late May.
Late May, yes. What do you hope to be your lasting legacy in this role once you leave?
It's very hard to say one thing.
Yes.
Because I think it's a combination of things. I think that I would like to feel that I have opened up the commission
Yes.
to people.
Yes.
I have more people saying to me, I never used to come to the High Commission.
Yes.
I only came here if I was doing passport or whatever. But in this room, we have had so many events. We've had events celebrating women. We have had events celebrating the Commonwealth. We've had people come and do readings of their books. We have had poetry evenings. We have had just so many events, and we invite people. We've honored the stalwarts in the music industry.
Yes.
We've honored women who have worked, tirelessly in the UK. So I would say that, the opening up. The other thing that I want to just say quickly, and I could speak longer about this, is that in the whole immigration issue, just helping to get people to become more aware of that. And in particular, the problem with children who are born here, of persons who have overstayed their time and who have not settled their own status.
Regularize themselves,
and therefore the children are stateless.
In limbo.
Yes. But they are entitled to be Jamaican. So one of the things that I have encouraged is for persons to come and get their Jamaican citizenship.
Yes.
So that they are registered as Jamaicans, they have a citizenship document, and they can get a passport. You would be amazed at how many young people and children there are here in this country who have no passport.
Wow.
And who cannot leave here.
Wow.
We've had immigration seminars. We have brought agencies from Jamaica, the land agency, the
Registrar
passport
General,
office, the registrar of titles, the administrator general. We've brought those people several times, at least twice a year, to give the service to people. And so I would like to say that we've been giving service in a wide range of issues that we have discovered that people are interested in.
Yes. So therefore, you have the High Commission is seen a bit more open.
I would hope so. I would hope so. I also feel that people would, if they're honest, would say that I respond to everything.
Yes. That's interesting. And coming from a humble background, what would you say as being the key or most important factors, and I'm going to say, to your success, even though many people qualify success in different terms, but what would you say as being the key factors, important factors to your success?
You know, I tell people that the first school that I went to is a school called Ting Ting Gully School. You come from St. Anne.
I'm from St. Anne.
Ting Ting Gully.
Well, that's all like far in a gully.
No, there's the Money College, which is on the hill, and there's a gully.
Okay.
And there's a old building which is there. That was my first school. And I want to say that because that's where I first went to school. Many people in Jamaica have had the same kind of experience that I have had in terms of where you are from.
Yes.
And I say to people, don't look at me and form an impression about whether I was born with a gold spoon in my mouth or not. I was not. I come from parents who were hardworking. My mother was a housewife. My father was a welder. But let me tell you, at some point I realized that if I wanted to get anywhere in this world, education was the key. That I had to make sure that I got this education.
So at one point you focused and you zeroed into a particular key factor.
Education.
Yes.
I went to school. I learned everything that I could. I still am learning everything that I can. People don't know this, but I went and I studied how to do cakes, how to decorate cakes. I know how to crochet. I know how to sew. I just learned. And I'm saying, try to be a sponge.
Yes.
Take in as much of the world as you can. Get an education. When you have an education, you can decide what you want to do. I'm a lawyer. I didn't start out to be a lawyer. My first application to the university was to study agriculture. But I ended up being a lawyer. In the back of my head, I'm a lawyer. It means I have the confidence to decide I can walk away from anything. I walked away from politics. I'm walking away from this.
Yes.
I still have a life ahead of me.
Yes.
In the back of my head, I'm a lawyer. I can always go and put up my shingle and practice law. I don't have to be employed to anybody. I choose. what I do.
So the key factor what you mentioned there is education, but also it leads to a point where you can choose your destiny.
You can choose what you do.
Choose what you do. That's powerful. High Commissioner, we always ask our guests, and this is perfect, or it leads right into this. What is your mantra? What's your favorite quote or word which you use to inspire yourself and even inspire others to carry you through?
I mean, I've gone through all of this, and it just suddenly dawned upon me that I haven't said I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And that's very important to me.
Yes.
It speaks to how I live my life.
Yes.
So I'm a Christian first and foremost. I believe in God. I believe that God has a plan for me, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit down and wait on God to drop that plan in my life.
Yes.
Because He has given me the skills in which to carry out this plan.
Yes.
All right. What is my mantra? Anything that I undertake that I'm going to do, I'm going to give it everything I have.
Yes.
And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And if I can't do it to the best of my ability, I'm going to get somebody who's going to help me to do it.
Yes.
I don't believe that I know everything. And therefore, I am not going to be afraid to say, I don't know.
Yes.
Let me get some help on this.
Yes.
Or let me consult with somebody else who can guide me into how to do this.
Yes.
And honestly, I have been very lucky. I have had some mentors in my life that have helped me along the way. And I hope that there are people who will say that I have helped them along the way, that I have mentored them.
Wow. High Commissioner, that's powerful. I mean, one of the things on the show is that you've got lots of persons who come on who are mentors, and it's a key factor right through. You mentioned a word about mentors that help carry you through. And also, by default, you're also mentoring other persons.
No, it's not default. It's a plan.
No, yeah.
Do you know I have been mentoring people since I've been here at the UK?
Wow.
We had an event, and a young lady came up to me and she says, I need a mentor. Would you consider it?
Yes.
And I said, yes. So I have been doing that. I have mentored many people since I've been here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. What the High Commissioner said is that whatever she puts her hand to do, she'll do it to the best of her ability. And through the process, she's going to get people to help her along the way. And that is something that we almost do.
Any success I've had in this job here as High Commission, I cannot claim it for myself.
Yes.
I have a good staff.
Yes.
I have
Teamwork.
Good support.
Yes.
Teamwork.
Yes. You have served the diaspora well.
Thank you.
High Commissioner. And as you're departing, we want to thank you so much for the time. And of course, many persons know that I'm doing this interview, and we want to say publicly that we want to thank you so much for the time that you served the Jamaican community well.
Thank you.
And what word of advice and encouragement would you give to the person taking forward, the new High Commissioner?
I would say to the new High Commissioner, we have a good community here. We have a good community. We have a community that wants to do well for Jamaica.
Yes.
I would like the new High Commissioner to work with this community. And, and I'm speaking to the community because that's your audience.
Yes.
There is the other side, which is the diplomatic side.
Yes.
Which is going to be done because we have the technical officers here, and we will do, and I don't have any doubt that the new High Commissioner will deal with that.
Yes.
But in terms of the diaspora, in terms of the community, just to get to know the community, be open,
Yes.
do listen to everybody, but form your own opinions. Do not judge because of what anybody else has said to you.
Yes.
Form your own opinion. And there are people here who will say that they did not expect me to do so and so because they thought I would have heard.
Yes.
There are people who have actually said that publicly. So I would say to the new High Commissioner, come in, people are open. They want the High Commissioner to do well.
Yes.
They want Jamaica to do well, and they will work with you.
Yes.
Just be open.
Fantastic. High Commissioner, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
for
you.
this exciting, intriguing, inspiring, and educational interview.
Thank you.
And again, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're a St. Anne man.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the Sylbourne Show. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to find out more about the High Commissioner, we're going to put her up on our website as well. And thank you so much for this special edition of the Sylbourne Show. Here we are in sunny Jamaica. Oh, sugar.
No, this is cold London. This is cold London. But we've just had the Sylbourne Show, and I'd like to invite you to watch the Sylbourne TV station and join the YouTube channel and like the show.